Morning, Dan. I was looking at your roster and I counted something like 22 guys that were late round draft picks or undrafted guys out of college. And obviously you're one of them. I wonder if you could go back to when you were coming out in 2014, what appealed to you about the Chiefs and why do you think Andy and his staff and that locker room is so good at taking guys that were overlooked and kind of nurturing them and making them, important players?
Yeah. So in 2014, I got a call from Andy, the only head coach that reached out to me in the free agent process, and that was pretty big. It was pretty remarkable to get a phone call from him, and he kind of shot me straight and said that I'd have a good opportunity of making the team if I came to Kansas City, and so I believed him and came out here. But again, I think it goes along with the way that this organization's run. They pride themselves, and we pride ourselves on our ability to trust the process, and the process is proven to be successful, and they get guys that are willing to buy in and willing to practice and put in the effort of watching film and doing those little things right. And you can see the careers of a lot of these guys that blossom under this system and the opportunity that they give players.
Okay. Next up, we're going to go to Sean Walker.
Hey, Dan, Sean Walker from KSL out here in Salt Lake City. We've been following your career for a while for obvious reasons here in Utah. You got a lot of fans out this way. And just being here on the stage for a second straight year, can you kind of maybe give me a little bit of insight or a little background into what it is that, maybe building off that last question, that makes Kansas City such a good fit for you personally? I mean, just in kind of your whole journey.
Yeah, it was the only place I've been, obviously, and so I can't really compare it to anywhere else. But it's been a smooth transition from my days at playing at BYU, Brigham Young University, over here to Kansas City. The mindset, was very similar. I remember. Under the leadership of Bronco Mendenhall, special teams was a big, important factor that the starters played a role on special teams. And so when I got here to Kansas City, that was my role. Those kind of first years, it still is, of contributing on special teams, and I've kind of made my career starting to do that. And so that was something that helped me transition over playing in the NFL and with Kansas City. But I would say even more than that, just the locker room and the kind of guys that the organization brings in. It's a very tight-knit family type of environment. We're as close as any team. And a lot of that, I think is a reason for the success that we've been able to have, is how close that we are as a team.